How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ben Burnside Show, coming at you from my room in Fresno. I am here for a news piece that was covered by the Hill newspaper just last night, or yesterday, I should say, around 3 p.m. Pacific time. Um, and it covers my state, the state of California, and how there was a court order in the southern part of the state about allowing strip clubs to remain open, essentially during a pandemic, or at least in the San Diego County of California. Let me kind of explain to you. It's from an article from the Hill newspaper, written by someone named Jordan Williams. Not a bad article either. Nice report. The title is California Appeals Court Order Allowing Strip Clubs to Remain Open During a Pandemic. So, um, but but anyway, it's a pretty nice little article. So go ahead and take a look at it. I'm only going to read a few snippets of it, so bear with me. The state of California has appealed a judge's order allowing businesses in San Diego County with restaurant services that follow safety protocols to remain open. The Court of Appeals for the 4th Appellate District issued a temporary stay on the order Friday pending the state's appeal. So basically, it's these strip clubs versus the state of California. And Gavin Newsom's name is on the ballot, so it's basically Newsom against these plaintiffs and respondents who are the people that own these restaurants and strip clubs. San Diego County Superior Court Judge Joel Woolfield on Wednesday issued a preliminary injunction barring the county from enforcing California's most recent coronavirus restrictions after 2 strip clubs sued over a cease and desist order for violating the policies. Woolfield said that the clubs, which the names are Pacers International Showgirls and Cheetahs Gentlemen's Clubs, were operating with their own with their own protocols for 5 weeks. His order applied to San Diego County businesses with restaurant service, and that's a San Diego, that was the beginning of a quote, and service, that was the end of the quote, that follow safety protocols that are, quote, no greater than is essential, unquote, to controlling the spread of the virus. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, lawyers for California Governor Gavin Newsom, so Newsom, I didn't notice this when I first read this, is at the center of this, argued that Woolfield's order, quote, stretches well beyond the controversy actually before the trial court, unquote. They state, the state said, a single trial court judge has unilaterally thwarted public efforts to avert that looming catastrophe by issuing an injunction that allows all restaurants in San Diego County to reopen without any restriction. Again, this injunction is only held in place until like the appeals court potentially reverses that decision. So, I don't know if that stance is there until that case starts or until a decision that disagrees with that is changed. So, I don't know. By issuing an injunction that allows all restaurants in San Diego County to reopen without any restriction, contrary to the orders and judgment of the state's top health officials, the state argues. The appellate's court stay did not offer an explanation. That's bullshit. It should have offered one, in my opinion, but required the opposition to respond by this coming Wednesday. Jason Sacuzzo, a lawyer for Pacers, which is one of those restaurants or strip clubs, told the Associated Press that the clubs will ask the court to reconsider the stay. He said they would keep fighting the quote, illogical and unconstitutional orders. I would argue that it's pretty logical, but unconstitutional, I mean, I don't know much about that. Maybe there is room for argument there. Hell, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know about any of this stuff, but I'm just looking at this as a bystander, like just a average American. Uh, let's see, anything else to note? You know, and this is coming off the heels of record numbers of people getting coronavirus in a single day, as well as deaths. So that's basically the gist of my response to all this. My response to all this is, I look, I think this we should point directly towards the federal government with this kind of issue happening, and I think they bear quite a bit of responsibility here because if the federal government would participate, and I don't know if California, how much they're paying restaurants and stuff, but I'm assuming they're trying to give something because California is pretty generous with giving relief money. Uh, you know, based off my experience and other people's experience during this thing, to where they're pretty in debt. I I feel like they're in debt. Um, you know, I just think the federal government needs to jump on board too. They need to give these small businesses and restaurants, they need to give them some relief so this kind of stuff wouldn't happen. Or it would be less likely to happen, at least for these bars and strip clubs. They'll have less of a leg to stand on because they would be getting relief while things are closed down. They would be covered. Their asses would be covered business wise. They should be okay and they should survive this pandemic. But since that's not the case, we're seeing stuff like this happen, and I can't feel too bad. I can't feel too bad because these people are, you know, being given an opportunity. They're being given nothing. They're being given nothing during this whole pandemic. So, of course, I'm a little bit frustrated that these restaurants are staying open and they're just exacerbating the issue of the pandemic potentially. But, you know, number one, we should really blame, and Governor Gavin Newsom too. I don't see him doing a lot of this. He should be blaming Congress for not passing any type of relief. And they're still talking. They should have stopped talking months ago. They should have made a new deal like in July. They should be talking about like a fourth new deal now. Or that should even be passed. So Congress is the epic fail in all this, and I think all those people in Congress should be removed from their positions. And that's my overall take on this. It's hard to feel bad for the restaurant owners. For the restaurant owners, and hopefully this gets resolved to where it's hard to feel bad that they're open. I think another thing too as individuals is we have to kind of look out for ourselves and contribute ourselves in our effort to prevent this from happening. And I feel like I've been doing that. I haven't been working. I've been at home taking care of my loved ones who are older and making sure they don't get this virus because God knows what can happen to them if they get this kind of thing. So, and the vaccine, with the vaccine not being fully widespread yet for everybody, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to feel bad for the restaurant owners in this case. And I feel like a lot of this blame that I'm sure is going to go towards the restaurant owners, it really should go towards Congress, because if Congress would have provided these restaurants with more relief and stuff, then maybe we wouldn't have this court case to begin with. And that's my overall stance on it. I'm hoping they don't, you know, it's hard to really complain. I don't even want to complain at the restaurant owners because they're just trying to survive, okay? They are forced to be in this position in a way, from what I'm seeing. Alrighty, guys, what did you think about this issue? Do you guys think that it is kind of a helpless situation in a way, kind of like how I do, or do you guys have a totally different take on it that you would like to talk to me about on the comment section? Let me know down below, and let me hear your thoughts about all that. While you're at it, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ben Burnside, where I have a bunch of other discussions, reactions, and just fun banter on there to your liking. So go ahead and check that out, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Alrighty, guys, until then, I will catch you on the Burnside. Stay safe with this virus. We're not out of the woods yet, so just stay safe and be smart about how you guide yourself throughout this whole thing. So best of luck to you on that. Alrighty, guys, until then, catch you on the Burnside, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.